everybody. What is going on a Saturday night? Hello to you all from the Insiders. And we have a full house tonight. We are here, all of us are here. Myself, Jeff, of course. And Jodie. Are all been accounted for this evening for the Royal Rumble. And I saw people talking about no spoilers. Annette spoiled it. We were going to spoil it anyway. Randy Orton and Edge are number 1 and number 2. So it's now going to be, we were all laughing about this, it's going to be the bestest, greatest, awesomest Royal Rumble
ever.
So there you go. Number 1 and number 2, in case you didn't see backstage, that was the big announcement. Number 1 and number 2. So Edge and Randy Orton will be continuing their feud. Some people kind of thought that was all over with. Well, it's going to go at least for this part of the Rumble. So good stuff. So there you go. All righty. Let's say hello to everybody, shall we? So Jeff, man, Tazzy and Jodie, are you all excited for the Royal Rumble?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go. I've been a whole week. I'll be in the bed for the whole week.
That's right. Tazzy's been out of it his first night back, so welcome back, Tazzy. Hope you're feeling well. Same to you, Jodie. I know you were out of it for a little while as well. Hope everybody's doing better. Nice to see that everybody's back and ready to go. We have, of course, the Royal Rumble tomorrow night, so just a little bit of business. Tomorrow night, 6:45. Make sure you're back with us tomorrow. That will be Jeff, that will be Tazzy, and that will be Jodie, starting everybody off with probably the pre-show, and then if there's going to be anything during the pre-show, I'm not sure yet. And then, of course, getting it underway for the Rumble, and I will join as soon as my car decides to get me home through the snow. But we'll see. All right, let me say hello to some people here. I saw Big Dan make a comment. Big Dan made a comment. What did he say? I think he quoted Triple H. He did. Are you ready? Yes, we are. So, of course, yes, we will have the Rumble for you tomorrow. Make sure you join us. It's the first time we have ever done a Royal Rumble watch along. So exciting stuff. We will all be here for it. You'll see all of our reactions. Jodie's reaction to whatever Bray's got planned. So we'll see. If you haven't seen Kyle Scarborough's post today, go and check out the Twitter or go and check out Kyle's Twitter yourself. Interesting stuff. So let's see what is going to happen there. So hello to TX-based Raslin fan. How are you? Kevin Correa, what's going on? Sapphire is here. Jen Carter is here. Adrian, yo, is here. Hello, Sean. Sean, I believe, is a guest of Abby's this coming Monday. Yes, I believe so. Yes. Jodie says yes.
Fingers crossed that Mr. Scarborough may be appearing as well.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, there you go. He might have some answers for us about what he posted today at that point. Awesome. James Grant, hello to you. Janelle Jackson, hello to you. Adrian, I think I said hello to you. Ricky, hello to you as well. Little T is here. Hi, Little T. Big Dan, of course, is here. I read your comment earlier. Joshua Mickelson is here as well. There is Chris, our resident Manscaped ad guy, is here in the chat. Good to know. Let's see. Who did I miss? Annette is here. Hello, Annette. Yes, Orton number 1 and Edge number 2. Absolutely. Of course, we just got that big news. James Grant. There's Lori. What's up, Lori? How are you? Who else? John Cena Gamer 0809 is here. Miguel is here. Big Mike in the house. Hello to you. Sean Rooste. Hello to you, sir. Hope you are well. We have Moda. Hello to all the Moda has a mafia now. So it's not Moda Alert anymore. Now it's the Moda Mafia. All right. Well, hey, whatever floats your boat, my friend. Whatever floats your boat. James Chadwick. Hello to you, James. Hope you are doing well. Big Dan says Kyle and Abby's all swoon like Coulson when he met Captain America. There you go. Very nice. Very nice. Caleb is here. Hello to you, Caleb. All right. So we said hi. We're raring to go. Let's get started. Now, the way we're going to do this, the Rumble matches themselves, we are going to have a little more fun with those because we're going to say who we think will win, who we want to win, and a dark horse. So a surprise, shall we say? Somebody maybe people may not think about as a winner of the 2 Rumble matches. So we're going to do those. So, Jeff, I believe we have the Rumble matches up first. Am I correct?
Yeah, unless, I mean, you know what? Since we're going to do some fun stuff, let's go a different order. Even though I'm the one that set up the order, let's go in a different order.
Sounds good to me. Let's do that.
Why not?
All right, Jeff.
So let's go with this one first.
Okay.
The Women's Tag Team Championship match.
Women's Tag Team Championship match, of course. We have Charlotte Flair and Asuka against Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. So, Jodie, start us off. I know you're a big Asuka fan. How do you think this goes? Do you think the champs retain, or do you think we get a new champion? And what do you think is going to happen? I mean, a lot of people saying maybe Charlotte kind of turns on Asuka a little bit. People kind of calling for that for a while now. Or is it opposite? Is it Nia Jax turning on Shayna or vice versa? So what do you think?
I think this is going to be a run-of-the-mill, no shenanigans kind of match. I don't know why. It's just a gut feeling, and I think the champs are going to retain.
Okay.
It's going to be pretty simple.
Okay, fair enough. I wonder if this match might end up on a pre-show. It kind of comes off to me as it might be a pre-show match. We'll see. But yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. Tazzy, what are you thinking for this one, man?
I honestly think it'll be Nia and Shayna. The reason why I say that is because Asuka got her hands full the next couple of months before WrestleMania, and she don't need to have the tag team titles right now. She needs to handle her business with the Raw Women's title. So yeah, I definitely think Nia and Shayna is taking them titles home.
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, whatever happens with Asuka, and of course, whoever wins the Rumble to challenge or could challenge her, you're right. That's very true. They might want to get her out of that tag team picture. So yeah, good call, Jeff. What are you thinking for this one, man?
I think a couple things are going to happen here. One, I think, like someone said in the chat, I think Lacey Evans will make a little bit of an appearance. Maybe she doesn't get involved, but
I can see that.
But I think she makes a little bit of an appearance. And the other thing is, I don't necessarily think that Alexa will show up, but I think Asuka will be conflicted by the fact that she's now suffered from the mandible claw. So I think there's a possibility that Asuka could become a little distracted on her own at some point with some conflicting things within her, and I think that will cost Charlotte and Asuka the belts, and Nia and Shayna will get them back.
All right, yeah, no, fair enough. That's a great call as well. I could see maybe Ric Flair coming, being involved somehow down there, like he has been in Charlotte's matches lately. So we'll see. Of course, with Lacey Evans, and people have called that out as well. I can maybe see that happening. Joey's Adventure saying Asuka turns heel on Charlotte because Alexa changed her on Monday, as Jeff just mentioned. Something going on with that. Janelle Jackson says, I feel Lacey Evans interfering. We get new tag team champions. Lori says, can you imagine Twitter if Charlotte was in the pre-show? That is true. That's a good point.
That's true.
That's a very fair point. Yes, very, very fair point. Otis says, I'll take Charlotte and Asuka for the win. However, whatever team loses will start to implode. Little T says, I think Lana might interfere in that match. Okay. Yep. All right. We haven't seen Lana in a while. Okay. Eric Buchanan, the legend has arrived, says Eric Buchanan. Hello, Eric. How are you? Let's see. Nia and Shayna win, says Eric Travis. Asuka going to turn heel by going crazy. Alexa did give Asuka the mandible claw, but there's also Lacey Evans too. Yes. So some different things that could be happening in this. It's interesting. I could see this match maybe leading off the show. Yeah, that's a great point about Charlotte. I doubt Charlotte would ever be the fact that would ever do a pre-show match. So probably not. So it could very well lead off the show though. But in any case, we'll see. And some great points made. I think I'm gonna agree with those who are saying that Asuka and Charlotte are gonna lose the titles. I think it just makes sense, like Tazzy brought up earlier. They're gonna have other things on their plates besides these two things. Charlotte, of course, is entering the Rumble, so you kind of can maybe see them going their separate ways at this point, and maybe they will drop the titles to kind of do that, to free them up for other storylines that they're going to go into. So, yeah, I agree. I think that Nia and Shayna Baszler come out of this with the win. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Kaylee says hello. Hi, Kaylee. How are you tonight? Hope you are well. All right. So, what have we got next?
All right. So, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way, shall we?
Oh, good Lord.
Because look, I fully realize that people maybe not looking forward to this. As you can see Jodie there. Jodie's not looking forward to this one. So
she's not looking at all?
She's not looking at all. So yeah, let's go with Drew and Goldberg.
Yikes. All right. Let me start backwards this time. Jeff, handle this one first, man. You get to go first on this one.
Goodness. I can tell you what I would like to happen. I can tell you what I think is going to happen, and I will just do both. I would like for Drew to retain because the year that Drew has had has been absolutely positively phenomenal, and it started all the way last year at the Royal Rumble. That's when his run, his ascension to the top began. Yeah. I can tell you what I think is going to happen because I think the formula is let's create as much buzz as possible going into Mania, and for whatever reason, I don't think that they see Drew being able to create that same amount of buzz that Goldberg against whoever would, which, I mean, you're entitled to your own opinions there. I know I have mine, but I honestly think Goldberg's going to win. I mean, they keep bringing up that this is the one title that he hasn't won. And they just keep dropping these little Easter eggs. And I think that's what's going to happen, unfortunately. But, and I say that not as a diss to Goldberg because I actually like Goldberg. But I just think in some cases you don't need to have the old veteran come in and, and beat a guy that has had such great momentum for over a year now. Because, I mean, if you think about it, Drew's run started in late 2019. So yeah, that's just my opinion, and I will let you guys go because I know you guys are a lot more fired up about this than I. So I'll just get my popcorn ready.
Popcorn ready. Yeah. I might have to do dual answers to this one. One answer with Vince McMahon's voice, and one answer with my voice. Tazzy, go ahead.
Oh God, I've been waiting for this the whole week. Now, first, I will say this: Goldberg is a Hall of Famer. Goldberg is a legend. Yes. I like Goldberg, not right now though. That make any kind of sense. What am I looking at right now? Okay, you guys ready? I hate to say this. I don't want to say this. Goldberg will win the match. Goldberg will win the match. But there's a but. There's a certain person with a Money in the Bank contract. Oh. So I think both competitors going to be down, and I think some shenanigans are going to happen. And I think we are actually going to get Miz as your WWE champion tomorrow.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. The Miz, obviously, with that briefcase, that could very well play into some of this, whether he wants to cash it in during this or whether he wants to cash it in during, the other title match. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, that is a good point. He's got that briefcase. So lots of people spattering some bad Goldberg comments in the chat.
Some that we can't put up on screen.
No, yeah, there were a few. I think Lori came off with one that we can't show on screen. All right, Jodie, you're up.
I mean, if Miz or Stute, the best time to cash that in is if Goldberg beats Drew, because it's going to be a short match because Goldberg will be out of breath after 30 seconds. So, he could actually beat him because he won't have any energy left. So, I definitely think that Goldberg is going to win because it's the one title he's never won. They've been hinting at that a lot. And there's a rumor floating around about WrestleMania plans for Goldberg, and it's not pretty. So, yeah, I'm gonna not get on my soapbox about Goldberg. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
All right. Well, there you go. So,
Can I just do this real quick?
Yes. Okay. So
I will save it for the match.
We talked about this a couple nights ago on our show. Yes, as Jodie alluded to, the rumors that are flying around is that the road to WrestleMania, according to Vince and according to other people they've heard from, is going to be paved with legends and people of the past. That is the rumor. It fits, like Jeff said on our show, because it's the first ever WrestleMania on Peacock. What better way for Vince to show off than to bring all the legends back to the forefront? John Cena has already signed. He's already there. 100% he's at WrestleMania. So what better way to bring it in than to have Bill Goldberg get that title? I'm going to give you two choices for this because I really don't know which way it's going to go. My heart agrees with everybody else. My heart says Goldberg's winning the title. That's what I'm feeling. That's what my heart says. My head says that Drew will squash him. Just totally squash him, beat him in 2 minutes, and then maybe something happens with the Miz. That's kind of where I'm bringing a couple of different things together. So I'm saying that knowing, just because we know Vince and we know what he likes to do, and he loves the legends during WrestleMania and this time of the year, and especially with this brand spanking new $1 billion deal that he has with NBC. What better way than to bring legends back is doing it this way. So I'm going to say that, again, those are my two outcomes. If Drew wins, it's a quick squash match. It's over in a couple minutes. He might hit him with a spear or maybe 2 or maybe 3. Drew pops up from those and then hits him with a claymore, and that's the end of the match. That's how I think it's going to go, or something along those lines. It is definitely, like Jodie said, it's not going to be long. He can't wrestle very long. You're not going to see a jackhammer because I don't think there's any way on God's green earth that he gets Drew McIntyre up for that. If he couldn't pick up Bray, I mean, Bray's a big dude, but if he couldn't pick it, there's no way he's going for that. So that's what I think is going to happen. It's one way or the other. If Drew wins, it's going to be a quick squash, and then maybe the Miz comes down. If that doesn't go that way, then Goldberg is winning this title. And as sad as that is to say, and boy, oh boy, I already told Jeff I need 10, 15 minutes on our show this coming week if Drew McIntyre loses this title, because I'm going to tell you what I really feel about that whole thing, and what that can do to that man's career, which is a damn shame. So I'll leave it at that, and I'll give you this. Goldberg! And we'll just let it go.
Popcorn ready on that show.
We'll just let it go at that. I think I sent that little tweet. I sent a tweet out to everybody in the group, and I sent it out, I think, on Insiders about Goldberg being 74 years old and coming back and wrestling Brock Lesnar's son at some point for the title. That's probably not all that far from the truth, and that's what's sad. That's pretty sad. So let's see what some people are saying out there. Old Burger, they're calling him Old Burger. Drew better Claymore his ass back under the rock he came out of, says James Chadwick. Oh man. I you know what? I don't know. I really, and it's sad. Isn't it just sad that we have to think this way? Like, you would normally think that Drew is winning this thing hands down, and that we have to think of the fact that Goldberg can actually win this match. So,
but I'll tell you why. It's because nobody ever thought in their right mind that Goldberg was going to beat The Fiend. And then he did.
That's true.
He's a whiny bitch. But so nobody ever believed that was going to happen. And it did. And the entire WWE universe completely lost their minds because we were like, what the heck just happened? So it's put us in this state. Well, you don't know what Vince is going to do now when it comes to Goldberg. My biggest issue with it is you put a belt on somebody like Goldberg or Brock Lesnar. So if you guys haven't heard the rumor, that's the big rumor, is that Goldberg beats Drew, Brock wins the Rumble, and it's Goldberg versus Brock at Mania.
Yeah, for the 10th time that happened?
Right.
Yeah.
If that happens, you basically make that title completely irrelevant for the next year. Because Goldberg is going to get it at the Rumble. You won't see him again until WrestleMania. Brock is going to get it from Goldberg because Goldberg's only contracted for 2 matches a year. There's his second match. So Brock's going to beat Goldberg. Brock disappears and doesn't come back till SummerSlam, and then he won't come back again until Hell in a Cell. So that title for this entire year, if it goes that way, is completely irrelevant.
Brock disappears up in Canada, and then we have to get Sonny Wolf to go find the title and bring it back down to Florida so that people can actually wrestle for the title again. Sonny, where are you? We need you to find the title. Go get it.
Send Sonny Wolf on assignment for the Insiders. That's what's going to happen. We're going to put out
my apologies for the language, but it's after 9:00.
Oh my God! Like I said, it's just sad, isn't it? It just really is. It's just sad that we have to be cringing when we get to this match, thinking like, "Oh God, are they going to put that title back on Goldberg again?" Like it's just, it's just sad, man. It really is. I agree.
It should be Riddle.
I agree. Dude, anyone, give me anyone with that. I mean, shit. Yeah. All right. We'll not go into it any further. So there you go. RKS One Pumps. Hello to you, by the way. How to get AB title? Earn it. Money in the Bank. Literally be Goldberg and ask for one. Yeah, you're right, dude. Apparently, there's a Goldberg rule that Vince must have written on his wall. Like if Goldberg asks for a title, just give it to him. It just must exist somewhere.
And as much as I love Roman, he's going down the same road. Roman will get the title whenever he wants it.
Yeah, well, Roman's
seen evidence of that too. He came back from being gone because of COVID. He came back. What happened the next week? He got the title.
Yeah, I mean, Vince was always a big fan of Roman Reigns. There's no question. I mean, everybody knows he's got the people that he likes, and that doesn't change. He's got a stereotypical type of wrestler and type of person that he likes to back. And yeah, it's unfortunate. It really is, but we'll see. We shall see. I saw somebody mention The Rock. We'll talk a little bit about The Rock when we get to the Rumble. All right. Jeff, let's get past this and again pull up next.
Yes, because I mean, that was a little bit painful. So
that was painful. Yes,
I know.
Anymore.
I know some people are not feeling that one. So here's one. This should be a good match. Really good match. They had a great match at TLC, so this should be no exception. Sasha Banks and Carmella.
So like you said, again, should be a very good match. This has been going on for a little bit now. This the build up for this, and they did have that one previous match. I would agree. I think it is going to be a good match. So let me start off, Jeff. Why don't you start us off with this one? Who do you think wins?
I've got Sasha winning. I think listen, kudos to Carmella for what she's done since her return, because she's been killing it. She's been really good in the ring. The promo work has been great. I don't think anyone ever doubted her ability to talk on the microphone. But her in-ring work has definitely gotten a lot better. Not that she was bad before, but it's gotten a lot better. But having said that, I think the bigger matches for Mania are with Sasha and not Mella, which will kind of I don't want to give away my Rumble pick yet, but yeah, I definitely think that there's a collision course with Sasha and someone who's been red hot on SmackDown recently, and I'll leave it at that. I think I even said that when the draft was about, so it's going to happen. So I've got Sasha simply because I think that this is going to propel her into Mania, and it's going to set off a huge matchup for her.
Okay, yeah, well, fair enough. Jodie, what are you thinking here?
I definitely think Sasha retains. I agree. Carmella, since she's come back, has been killing it. She's been really awesome. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some shenanigans with maybe Bailey. I could kind of see that. But I think Carmella beating her, it's just not the right time yet. And I agree. Sasha's got the bigger potential matches at WrestleMania, and I know who Jeff is talking about, and I 100% agree.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with Sasha too. I agree. I think it's not the right time to take the title off her. And yeah, Carmella is doing some good things. This character obviously is a lot better than the last iteration of the character she had when she was here before. And she is playing the role very well. And I think it will be a good match, like Jeff said. This could be kind of a sleeper match that nobody's really looking at very much and maybe overlooking, and it could end up being a really good match. Shenanigans certainly possible. We may see something from Carmella's bodyguard that Sasha was trying to seduce, I guess you could say. So who knows? You may get some of that, but yeah, I think. Look, Sasha just got her first Star Wars. She got a Star Wars action figure. That's amazing. She's going to be in a box set of action figures for Star Wars. So Sasha's it's really cool. She's kind of on top of the world now, and that's really awesome for her. So I agree. I think she is going to get a big WrestleMania match, and I know who you guys are talking about. I see you guys. I know who you're talking about. But yeah, I agree. I think Sasha's going to win, and yeah, but I do think it will be a good match. All right, Tazzy. What about you?
I feel like we're doing a repeat, but but come on, we said this before, but we want one of the main events for WrestleMania to be, and I'm not going to give out my pick for Royal Rumble either because
it might be the same thing.
It definitely would be the same thing. I just shout out to Mella. She's now looking like a grown woman now. She's not looking like a little child now. I hate to say that, but hey, it is what it is. So she looks like a grown woman, a grown woman character, and her wrestling. Now, you guys know me. I'm big on NXT. I saw her matches at NXT. They're not pretty. They're not pretty at all. And to see her how she's in the ring now, kudos to her. Kudos to her because she's grown up. But Sasha's definitely taking over. This is your typical champion. This is how you want your champion to look. right now is Sasha Banks. Right now, she has everything. So I definitely, and we're looking at a collision course for a big match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think there's a consensus here, so we're all going with Sasha Banks. Let's see what the chat's got. All right, let's see. There's a couple of people came in. RKS One Pumps, I think I mentioned you earlier. Hello. Shane Loki says Mella wins. Big Dan says I'd love to see a twist in the Sasha Carmella match, though it's not likely. Of Corey Graves costing Sasha the match, and he and Carmella play up their real life romance on TV. That'd be cool. Chris is maybe spoiling something, so I'm not going to read that.
Yeah, maybe.
Chris. Just stick to the Manscaped ads, my friend. Let's see. I think we're all in agreement here that Sasha wins this match and goes on to WrestleMania to face who? Who is she gonna face? All right, let's move on, shall we? What's our next match up, Jeff?
All right. So, because this one, man.
Dude.
We're all having the same reaction right now.
There is so many ways that this match can go, which is really cool because you just don't know what you're going to get here. And that's when you know that there's a really good storyline going on here because you don't know. I mean, people are saying, well, Roman can't lose that belt. Really? Are you sure about that? Because if you do drop it, you can certainly just get it back at WrestleMania, which would be a big time to have him do that. So, and he would only drop it for a couple months and have it back. So I don't know. I don't think you can say that with all that. And now I would say, I think of everything we're going to see, I'm not including the Rumble, of course, because that's just the Rumble is just shenanigans all day long. But I think if we can see stuff happen, it's going to happen here. And it may happen in more ways than one. You might get Jey Uso. You might get Jimmy Uso. You might get somebody coming up there for Kevin Owens. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Damian Priest, who was rumored to be coming on SmackDown and to be in KO's corner. You might get Brock Lesnar interfering in this match and cost his ex-mentor and his new mentee the title. So there is so many ways this could go that it's crazy and it's really tough to. I'm coming out and saying it. KO's winning the belt. I don't know how. I don't know why. But Kevin Owens is winning this match and he's winning that belt. Now, can the Miz come out? Yeah, sure. That's another thing that can happen. So will he have it long or will the Miz grab it? I don't know. It's possible on either, in either direction. But I think there's going to be craziness going on in this match. And I think one of the things is going to lead to Kevin Owens winning this match. So I'm saying Kevin Owens. The story is crazy, but look, how many times I think Jeff mentioned this on our podcast, how many times can a guy lose to the same guy over and over and over and over again without you kind of thinking, you know what, something's got to give. You just can't keep losing to this guy all the time. And I think this is the time. If they're going to take that off of Roman, it does look, having the title, yes. Does it give him all the power? Sure. But it's not going to kill his story if he doesn't have that title for a couple of months. And if he gets it back at WrestleMania in a big, big match. So I'm predicting KO. I may be crazy, but I'm taking Kevin Owens. And I'm taking Kevin Owens to win the title. Tazzy, what you got?
Oh, you guys ready for this? Because I've been waiting for this match for since it was announced. So this is perfect. This is perfect for Kevin Owens. You know why? Because it won't even hurt Roman Reigns if he loses. You know why? He's not getting pinned. If he's not getting pinned, it won't hurt him too much, right? So I honestly think, you got shout outs to these guys with their promo work too. Their promo has been ridiculous the last month.
Yeah.
It's even last night. It was like, I'm scared of Kevin Owens right now. You don't know what he's going to do. It's scary. It's very scary. But I honestly think Kevin Owens is going to win this match. It's the perfect idea for him to actually win without Roman Reigns getting pinned. And I know Vince is he don't want to see Roman Reigns get pinned and then it'll be all bad and all that good stuff. So with that said, you got 2 pay-per-views coming up. 2, you got the Elimination Chamber match, and you got the Fastlane match. I mean, pay-per-view. You can either way, you can get it in and then say, "Oh, I'm gonna just throw it out here." Say the Rock dude is available, you can still do the match. You can have him come out on one of those pay-per-views and come out and attack Roman Reigns. Granted, you want to do that to like the Royal Rumble, because if you guys remember a couple years ago. If you guys remember, Rock got booed because he was doing the thing for Roman Reigns, trying to put him over. Well, this is a good time to do that. But if it don't happen, Kevin Owens is winning this match, hands down.
All right, so 2 for KO. Jodie, what are you thinking?
I think you guys are both crazy. I think there is no possible way that Roman's dropping that belt. None. Absolutely none. Like 0. Absolutely nothing. I will even go as far as to say if KO wins that match, I will take a shot.
Oh, okay.
I am that confident that KO is able to win. I would love.
Tazzy's thinking of himself, well, wait a minute. That sounds like a pretty good.
I would love for
Why
him
didn't I
to.
think of that?
I would love for him to, but he won't.
Okay. The chat
Roman
seems to agree.
is golden boy, and he's not losing that belt anytime soon.
The chat seems to agree. Most people taking, let's see, McVeigh, end of days. Hello to you, by the way, from Twitch. Says Roman Reigns to retain. Rusty saying, also keep in mind, by the way, hello, Rusty. I kind of missed you up in the chat there. If The Rock does return, there's no guarantee he'll return as a face. KO and Roman already said they don't want Priest there, says Matt Hendricks. Okay. What if Heyman turns on Roman and joins KO? That would be crazy. Apollo Crews, Eric Travis is saying. I'm not sure why Apollo Crews is in a Kim from Periscope. Hello. They just announced that Randy Orton and Edge will start at 1 and 2. Yes. Yes, they are. That's crazy. Little T is talking about The Rock. KO deserves another title run. He was so underrated, says Lori. I agree. Brian's promo Talking Smack might tell you otherwise. Owens versus Rock. Take my money, says Eric Travis. Sunny Wolf, by the way, accepted our challenge and said she will definitely go and get the belt off of Brock if he does win it, and she will take it from him and send it back. So there you go. We are all set there if Brock decides to take the belt and go home. And not be able to come back to the United States because of quarantine. So there you go. We're good. All right, Jeff. What do you think, man? Do we have a flat-out tie, or is Jodie the only one saying she's thinking Roman's keeping that belt?
We're gonna have a tie. And here's the reason why I'm saying we're gonna have a tie. And this has nothing to do with what websites or dirt sheets are reporting as to what's already guaranteed for Mania, because to be honest with you, no one knows.
Yeah.
So anyone reporting that is just trying to get some clickbait.
Vince changes his mind the day of the show. I don't trust it.
I'll stop my rant there because I'll save that for later on. That's for our next episode of airing of grievances. So I think Roman wins. One, because I honestly think that someone that may be entering the Rumble is going to challenge him. And I'll just leave that there because I'll talk about that later. But the other reason why I think Roman wins is because I kind of want him to, because I don't want KO to be a transitional champion. I don't want KO to get the belt at the Rumble, only to lose it at Fastlane or anything before Mania or, anything aside from an extended run, because he deserves it. KO is not a transitional champion, in my opinion. He's a guy that deserves a lot more than that. And, this feud has been great because it shows people what he's capable of. But at the same time, I want him to be able to have an extended run as champion. With that being said, I think we're going to get the kitchen sink thrown in on this match. I think we're going to get an interference by the family.
Shenanigans galore.
People are talking about Apollo Crews. Yes, Roman has been talking to Apollo about, where he is, where his status is right now.
Easter egg.
Yeah, Easter egg there. But I also think that if you watched Talking Smack today, Daniel Bryan is going to be hovering around this title. and that's, I'll just leave it there. If you haven't watched,
why.
So I'm just gonna say he's been hovering. He will hover. And Paul Heyman's response to Daniel Bryan was very telling in the fact that he said, "Yeah, I fear that on a day you might be the best, and could you challenge Roman for the title? Absolutely." So I think we've got to we've got to watch out for those things. But I think ultimately Roman wins, mainly because I want KO to have more of a reign than just a transitional spot.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. We are 2-2 on this one. So the chat seems like they're looking at Roman for the most part. Matt Hendricks says return of Jimmy Uso. That could very well happen. He is due probably to come back, I would imagine, from his injury. So it could happen. Yes. Jesse's here. Hello, Jesse, by the way. Randy Orton's in our chat. Look at that. Randy Orton in his chat.
Hey, Randy, how does it feel to be the number one entrant? Like are you prepared to go like an hour and a half or an hour just so you can be taken out by the Fiend later on?
Oh, the stuff in the chat. The stuff in the chat.
Alert.
Roman Reigns for the win, says John L. Roman will win, says Hayden. Hello, Hayden. Joshua says Roman wins. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. For the most part, they agree with Jeff and Jody. So we will see what happens. But yeah, I think this one's going to be full of storylines. The storylines in this whole thing leading up to this have been amazing. And I'm sure that we'll get something that's going to come of this, that we're going to not expect, I think, fully. So Kim's 473 says Roman. Okay. So there you go. All right.
Jazzy, just for you, if KO wins, I will take a shot of peach schnapps.
Yes.
Apparently, Jody does not like peach schnapps. Okay. All right. All right, Jeff. What do we got next?
All right, man. So let's go. Let's start with the ladies here. Now we're in our Rumble matches, so we're gonna have a little bit of fun here. Right. So let's start with the ladies. Let's start with this one, and let's see what we got here. All
right, so here we are. And if you joined us late, with the way we're going to do this is we're going to give three choices: who we think will win, who we want to win, and then let's say like a wild card, a dark horse, shall we say, somebody that maybe wouldn't be expected to win, but that, just kind of an out of the blue thing that we think, okay, maybe they can win it. So, all right, let me start with Tazzy. Tazzy, you're up first. Who do you think will win? Who do you want to win? And who's a dark horse, kind of a shot in the dark for you for the Women's Royal Rumble?
All right, you guys ready for this? So who I think gonna win and who I want to win, it's actually the same thing, actually. Bianca Belair, they've been pushing her since the draft, man. I like the way they're pushing her. She has a story, which that's perfect. A story to tell. Her ring work is come on. Her ring work. Come on. Ridiculous good. I just want to see this Sasha Banks and Bianca show. That's what I want to see. Dark Horse. This is a perfect time to actually bring somebody up that you least suspect. Perfect. And I know somebody is going to like this pick. I know somebody going to like this pick. Pay attention to Liv Morgan. Just pay attention. Just pay attention because I seen her ring work. I seen her ring work all the way, and I seen some videos of her. Pay attention. just a heads up. So that's my picks.
Okay, that's a definitely a dark horse pick for sure. Okay. All right, Jodie, go ahead. Who do you think will win? Who do you want to win? And give us a dark horse candidate for the Rumble.
I would like to say Alexa Bliss wins it. I'm going to say Bianca Belair wins it. And your dark horse is going to be Ronda Rousey.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, I would not be surprised one bit if Ronda shows up. That is it's being talked about in the dirt sheet. So C Wrestling has joined us. Hello, C. How are you? See her Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan gets mentioned and poof, like the genie on Ice Cream.
Like instinct.
Goes up in the crowd. Look at that. He comes right up out of nowhere. All right. Go ahead, Jeff, man. You're up.
All right. This is going to be fun, I think. Okay. Who's my prediction? That's easy. Bianca Belair. If you saw her last year, the performance that she put on last year was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it was great. It was just absolutely great. There's nothing else that you can say about it. Who I think kind of going to the next one, who's actually going to win it. I almost agree with Tazzy there. But I think we get something here. Okay. Here's my theory. 15 years or 16 years ago this weekend, we got a finish that was a botched finish, and it was John Cena and Batista. And that was famously when Vince came down and tore both of his quads because he was so pissed off. Which is just that, yeah, we won't even go there. What if, because of all the build that we're getting, Bianca and Bayley are your last two, and we get something similar to that, and we don't know which one is a true winner? How would that play out? How would that play out? So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe it's wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. I think it'd be really cool because then you get Bayley and Bianca against Sasha. Who would like to sign up for that at Mania? Triple threat for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Sign me up for that. So yeah, I think that. And in terms of a dark horse, I mean, all the rumors are out there for Ronda coming back. She has been training again. So if that gives you any indication, I think that's a possibility. But honestly, and this is, people are going to hate me on this one. Charlotte.
Oh no!
Are we going back to Charlotte Flair WWE again? Are we going back to that? Oh, what? Life is a circle.
Okay.
Life is a circle. We're just going right back.
Yeah,
If I
you're
could-
fired.
If I could run, if I could run out of the frame right now, I would. But yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I think that listen, I think that Charlotte and Asuka are going to lose, and what better way to kind of have something with Charlotte and a title than have that. But you know what? I'm going to shut up because I don't want any more hate than I already get on Twitter. I get enough as it is. I realize that me picking Charlotte is going to be very unpopular. But at least I didn't pick her who I think is going to win. So yeah, I'll leave it at that.
All right. My things here are in left field and then some. I love Bianca Belair, and I agree with all of you. Do I think she deserves to win? Yes. Who I think will win this match? Rhea Ripley is who I think is going to win this match. Because, yes, while Bianca versus Sasha would be amazing, Rhea Ripley versus Sasha would also be amazing. Now, whether it just stays a one-on-one, who knows? Because like Jeff said, you can end up with a triple threat. You can end up with somebody else getting involved. It certainly could happen. So I am saying Rhea Ripley wins the match. Who I want to win? Wow. Who I want to win? Alexa Bliss. And only because of what she's been doing, over the past 5-6 months now, she's just absolutely killing it, and I think she deserves a shot. That's pretty much what I mean. I know she had the stuff with Asuka. I don't know if that's going to continue after this. It may not. So I just think she deserves a shot, and I think Alexa Bliss would be a great candidate to have that win under her belt and to be able to go after one of these women at WrestleMania. Dark horses, I have two. My first one is Nikki Cross. The stuff she's been doing on Twitter with the promos lately has been absolutely amazing. She is vindictive, she is pissed off, and she is coming back the way that she was before, not being a follower in a tag team. She's coming back hot. Now, does she go after Alexa right away and cost her? Sure, it could happen. That could be the very first feud she runs into. But she is one of them. My second one, and this is going to sound crazy, crazier than Ronda, Becky Lynch. Don't count it out. I know she just had the baby. I know that look.
But she's Becky Lynch.
That shit, right. Don't count it out. Don't count it out or sell it short, because Becky could be back a lot sooner than people think. And there was no mention. There was no talk. There was no anything. Oh, maybe Becky. Nope. No one has mentioned her name. Ronda's being talked about. Others are being talked about. No mention of Becky Lynch. She's a dark horse, so don't be shocked. I'm not saying she's going to come out and win it, but don't be shocked that she comes out there, especially if Ronda shows up, because that could lead to something between the two of them where Becky just comes out and tosses Ronda out of the match and costs her the match. And then look out. You can have that leading right up to WrestleMania, a one-on-one match that we never got between Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey. So there's my picks, guys.
Can I say a surprise entrant that I think will show up?
Sure.
Taya.
Yeah. People in the chat were mentioning that too. Great call. Taya Valkyrie. Yeah.
I think Taya and again, I'm about to say something. Chris already said he's going to create 50 accounts to send me more hate. Here's something else. It's highly possible that Tessa
Tessa Blanchard
might show up.
There's actually one more that could actually be in the Rumble.
Yeah,
Eva Marie.
Yep.
Oh, Eva Marie's been talked
That's
about
true.
quite a bit. That's
Yeah.
a good point.
That's true.
Somebody in the chat said Kairi Sane.
Mhm.
Look, the thing with the women's one, there aren't a whole lot of confirmed for this match.
Mhm.
There's literally, I think, only maybe 12 or 13. I could be mistaken. There might be a few more, but that's it. There are a lot of people that are not known that are going to show up in this match. So probably more than what there will be in the men's. So I think if you're going to see a ton of surprises, it's going to be in this one. And yeah, those are great shouts, both of you. Great shouts. And yeah, obviously, we talked about when Taya left, where would she end up? She certainly could come out for the Rumble. Absolutely. This is usually a lot of times where you see legends come back as well. We've seen Trish Stratus, we've seen Lita, so
Molly Holly.
Yep. Molly Holly's been in one recently. Yeah. So you can see that happen as well.
Chris's surprise entrant is Melina.
Another great shout. Yes,
Yeah,
another great shout because Melina's been backstage. She was seen backstage on an event, so no question about that as well. And little thing just said Mia Yim being out, of course, now with COVID, that she could have been an entrant that they may now have to replace. I'm sure she probably would have been, being in Retribution. So that could be another person that needs to be replaced all of a sudden. So yeah,
which was funny because actually Mia Yim was actually my dark horse. Actually, that's the crazy part.
Not anymore.
Tazzy had to change that one on the fly. Stacy Keebler, says Eric Travis. There's a name I haven't heard. Wow. Wow. Okay.
You got legs.
Tazzy's singing some ZZ Top. All right.
We do wish Mia Yim a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. We'll have to talk about this maybe on the podcast at some point this week, but I wonder what that means for Keith Lee.
Yeah, because
I said
that
exactly the same
screwed up
thing.
my Rumble picks.
Yeah, he hasn't been around. So I wonder. That kind of sucks for him because a lot of people were kind of hoping that this would be his big moment as well. Would be the Rumble. So we'll see. Matt Hendricks just said that anyone who had Keith Lee in the men's not happening now. Chad says Jeff and Tazzy, if Tessa shows up, I will probably pass out. All right. Okay. Well, there you go, guys. You got some who wins. You got some who shows up. You got some dark horses. So there you go. Let us know yours. I know people are shouting some stuff out. Chelsea Green, says Sean Rousset.
That's good.
Bailey wins the Rumble, says Rabnud. Bailey wins the Rumble. Yeah, I don't know. At Mania to give them that big final match. Bianca can be the runner-up, setting up a match for her at around SummerSlam time. Thoughts? Yeah, absolutely. Beth Phoenix, Hayden Garrett mentioned. Because her husband is there. Sure. Certainly possible. All right. Let's go. I guess we have our final one, Jeff. Just the men's match, right?
Yeah, the men's match. This is That's all I can really say is that's it.
Yes.
There's only 10 people on that screen.
That's quite a small Rumble that you got there on that screen. Yeah. All right. So let's get started. We're going to do this the same way. Let's start this time with Jodie. Jodie, who do you want to win? Who's going to win? And a dark horse for the men's. Jodie's pondering.
See AJ Styles win.
Ooh.
I think Daniel Bryan might win. And dark horse. I'm gonna go with Big E as my dark horse.
I like it.
And my surprise, because I gotta get it out now. The Fiend shows up at some point in the Royal Rumble and eliminates Randy.
Yes. Yeah. And how that's going to go down is the question. And
Well, now that he's number one,
Mm.
but anytime.
Yeah, and but think about that too. Honestly, smart booking for more than one reason. The fact that it's going to be him and Edge to start, so you're going to get all eyes on it to start the show. And then everybody waiting for that whole Fiend revenge angle. And when's he coming out? When's he coming out? Have to start watching it from the beginning. There's no going for popcorn. There's no going for chips. There's no going to the bathroom because you don't know when he's going to show up. So yeah, smart booking.
I'm not choosing the Fiend to win because I don't think he will enter.
Okay.
He will show up just to eliminate Randy
Oh,
Orton, and that's it. Huh?
Something just came across my screen about football, and it's crazy.
I gotta look at that.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't pick Bray because I don't think he's gonna enter. I think he will show up just to knock Randy Orton out, and that's it.
Yeah, that probably makes a lot of sense. I mean, you kind of don't think that he's gonna get back into the title picture right away. So yeah, I would think that that's probably a smart move, especially since you didn't really hear Edge talk much about Randy in his promos that he did the other night. So you kind of figure that maybe they've gone away from that. They were all saying, "Oh, Randy Edge at Mania." Maybe not. Maybe they decided that this thing with Bray is just better at this point, and maybe they're gonna kind of go their separate ways. So yeah, no, that's a good choice. All right, Tazzy, you're up. Who you got?
This is about to be a mess. So, who I want to win is Daniel Bryan because it's the story. Who's going to win? You guys ready for this? AJ Styles will win the Royal Rumble. I will tell you why. Did you guys? You could do this so many ways with AJ Styles winning. You can either have him go after the NXT title, which will be a great story. You can go after. By the way, is it shocking that we actually saw AJ Styles and Paul Heyman in the same area?
Sitting right next to each other.
I should change by the way.
I wonder why.
Message. That one, and I really think AJ Styles is the perfect. There's a reason why he's getting pushed the way he is. There's exactly the reason why, and I always focus on that. I always focus on people getting pushed, and that is a big push because he's like beating up everybody. Like I don't think he lost a match since the draft. Honestly, surprise pick. Whew. All right, you guys ready? Now, the reason I'm saying this because this part actually be the perfect time to do this, and I know I will get a lot of hate for this because there's a reason why the way his demeanor been the last 2 months has been the way it's been. CM Punk is going to show up.
I agree.
Oh my goodness!
100% agree with that.
CM Punk is going to show up. He's not going to win it, but just to have him in a ring at WWE, can you imagine the Twitter?
He was noticeably absent from backstage.
And you know he would have been there because they're still paying him. They're still paying him that money. So I was just saying. Did I miss anything?
Unless that's all a big old swerve.
Yeah. The other surprise will be Brock Lesnar, but come on, that's not really a surprise.
Yeah, I don't think anybody doesn't expect that at this point.
Yeah. I think Brock comes in at number 30. I think that's why they flip-flopped it.
I got my $1 billion from Peacock, so I can give $1 million to CM Punk.
And you can put CM Punk in any match at WrestleMania, and everybody be fine with it. Just saying.
Yeah. I mean, CM Punk's name is always thrown around during this time of year. There's no question. His name is being always being thrown around during the Rumble. So, okay, I'm gonna let Jeff finish up. I'll go. All right, who I think is gonna win? Daniel Bryan. It just makes all kind of sense. With the whole thing with Roman Reigns, with the reversal of roles that they had before, with the fact that Daniel is still the ultimate underdog against the guy who is the big boss of wrestling right now, the big guy in the WWE. It's the ultimate underdog story. The fans won't be back in the building yet. There may be some at WrestleMania, but there won't be a ton. But even still, you want to get heat on Roman Reigns. You either have him go up against Daniel Bryan or somebody, somebody that you can get the heat on him. Daniel Bryan, him going after and picking on the little guy. Daniel Bryan would certainly get him heat. And look, they've already had a couple interactions before on SmackDown. So to me, it just makes sense. They're talking to him a lot. It could be a swerve because, the attention's been on him for, a lot. So it could be a swerve. But I still think Daniel Bryan is going to win. Who do I want to win? Wait till you hear this one. Cesaro. I want Cesaro to win the Rumble. I think he deserves it. I think he's been the good soldier. He's been I actually love this guy. I love his work ethic. He comes to work every single day. I think he's getting a push. Now, will it be to win a Mania match? Look, he's won that Battle Royal, right? He's won that Andre the Giant Battle Royal. So he's already got that in his pocket. Now he wins the Rumble match. Now, does it make sense in storylines? Not necessarily. But that's who I would like to see win this match. Dark horse. And again, let me just say this. Here's my final four for the Rumble. Shinsuke Nakamura. Daniel Bryan. AJ Styles. Mustafa Ali are my last four that are going to be in this match. It's not going to be the big men. It's not going to be like a lot of people saying Braun Strowman's going to come dump everyone out because those guys are going to be.
He'll dump a few out.
Those guys are going to be my final four. And again, Ali, I think just deserves some respect as well. And I think him being there for the final, and again, Nakamura, I think is really going to get a big face push. And I think that, his time may be coming as well. But that's who I think is going to be my final four. A dark horse. Wow. A lot of people are saying John Cena. People are saying The Rock. I don't buy into that. Not now. Could Vince certainly have offered The Rock a couple mil from that $1 billion he just got? Absolutely. My whole thing would be, and maybe this is something to investigate before tomorrow, you spoiler people, go and see what The Rock is doing with himself right now. Is he filming anything? Is he out there doing anything? If he's not, wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me if he showed up. Does he win it? I don't think so. I think he got that like Tazzy was saying with CM Punk, the internet would explode. If he showed up and you heard, if you smell on that, coming, the internet would blow up. So absolutely. But oh man, this was really tough. A shot in the dark.
Gilbert.
Gilbert. How about this for a shot in the dark? Vince made the phone call. The Undertaker.
Wow.
If you're going to have legends back at, you're going to have whatever they're saying is going to be legendary. What bigger legend do you bring in than this man who has claimed he's gone, he's done, he's finished, he's retired? Now, I get it. He doesn't want to come back for a normal match because he already had the best match he could have.
Oh God!
But come on, the Rumble's not a normal match. The Rumble's just kind of a spectacle where you kind of can go in and throw a couple people out and get a big, huge pop and then walk away. I wouldn't put it past Vince McMahon. So there you go. There you go. That's my. All right, Jeff. Jeff's chomping at the bit. Jeff, you're up, man.
You just blew my mind, man. Like that. Like you just blew my mind because honestly, if Taker came back and he won, let's just say he wins.
Mm-hmm.
Then they could have the match at Mania that they really wanted. Because you remember Taker's like, that's the one match where that one year he was like, I just didn't feel like I gave my best. And he always said that Roman should have been the one that he dropped the streak to.
You're right.
So,
yeah.
That's wow. Okay. Yeah. You we'll have to talk about that one afterwards.
Yes.
Okay. So who do I think will win? I think Daniel Bryan will win.
Okay.
Just because I'm starting to see the setup there.
Mm-hmm.
This could be a really good time to Daniel Bryan's not going to wrestle full time much longer.
Right.
And I feel like he's very deserving of one more run. Mm-hmm. And if we're not going to get something big with Roman and The Rock this year, why not put the strap on him at Mania and let him carry it for a little while and have KO or somebody take it off of him and do something like that. That would be cool. If you had asked me who I wanted to win, I was going to say Keith Lee. Because I really feel like this would be a great time to push him to the moon.
Yeah.
But obviously that's not going to happen now. Obviously we send our best to him and Mia Yim. So honestly, I would be okay if AJ won it too, for the same reasons that Tazzy said. Storyline. Seeing that today on Talking Smack, that was awesome. And I think that, Paul, two things that he dropped today was he was like, he was talking to AJ, you're seen as the best in-ring performer of this generation. So what's standing in the way of Roman being seen in a higher regard? The fact that he hasn't beaten you yet. And that match at WrestleMania would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
So I'll go there. Okay. I can tell you what I want to happen next, and then I'll give you my dark horse. I would be totally okay. I don't necessarily think this is going to happen, but I'd be totally okay if Jay White showed up. Totally okay with Jay White showing up. That's just me. People are already starting to say this in the chat, and it kind of steals my thunder. My dark horse is Karrion Kross.
Okay.
I will leave my chair during the Royal Rumble.
Tazzy will fall right off his chair if that happens. He's gone. Done.
And I say Karrion because, does he still have stuff with Finn? Possibly. Mm-hmm. But you know what?
It's the Rumble.
It's the Rumble. Why not just do it? Mm-hmm. Just do it now. Just do it now. And he could always pick Finn if you wanted to do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be
Tazzy's flipping out.
That's a completely different, that would take away from the whole Goldberg and Brock thing. It'd be a completely different spin on the Rumble than it has been in years past. So, I would be okay with seeing that. But yeah, I just think that I think he's going to show up. I think. Now, I don't know for sure, but it would be really cool if Karrion Kross showed up, because my goodness, that entrance in Raymond James Stadium with Scarlett, with all the fanfare and pomp and circumstances, just sign me up for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me stop talking about it before I keep myself up tonight.
I don't think he actually ever performed with a crowd yet. That's the
Not yet.
thing.
Not yet.
So that would be great. That'd be great just to give him that, that love, because he wrestled with a shoulder that was hurting. He finished the match light too.
But here's what I want to say to folks. Last thing I'll say. Do not be surprised if Edge wins the whole darn thing.
Yep.
Don't be surprised.
Yep. Joey's Adventures is echoing what Jeff just said. I think Edge wins. So, yeah, look, I mean, it certainly could happen. He made it clear that, this could be the final time he may ever get this chance. He certainly could come down. Of course, he's going to be number 2. He couldn't last the entire time. A lot of times when those early people that are in there that last until the end can kind of get themselves lost a little bit. They can end up like in a corner somewhere, maybe out of the ring somewhere, and kind of take a little break and not have to be involved in the action for a while. And, a lot of times you're looking around like, where did they go? Are they still in it? Are they gone? And that could certainly happen. And he may disappear for a while. Let's not forget about Kofi Kingston as well. Kofi may be in. He's always spotlighted in the Rumble, doing the acrobatics and stuff that he does. So if he's ready to come back, of course, he's got this thing with All Elite. So if you see the two of them getting involved, don't forget about that. Don't forget about Mr. Sami Zayn either. That could be a very interesting person who could end up lasting for a little bit longer. One of those kind of guys that gets pushed under the, he's not in the spotlight very much, but he gets pushed under the rug a little bit. I think of the two matches, I don't think you're going to see a big amount of surprises in the men's, because I think there's just so many athletes already that they have on this side of it that I think there's just too much already that they have that's going to go out there. Now, maybe they had plans for Keith Lee and they had to scramble and get somebody to replace him. But other than that, I don't think there's going to be too many shocks here, just because of the fact that they're kind of loaded with, on this side of it. So, great shouts by everyone. Little T's talking about if CM Punk returns but does not win, that's okay. I would like to see CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy at WrestleMania. Jeff Hardy, another name who could be in the Rumble. That nobody was talking about. Look, the Royal Rumble is a lot of fun, always is, and it's always been one of my favorite matches to watch, because you just don't know what's going to happen. There's surprises. It leads into storylines that follow, of course, into WrestleMania. Even coming out of it, you don't know who these people that win are going to pick to go after. So it kind of sets everything up going forward. And I have no doubt tomorrow's is going to be that same way as well. And we've got all these other matches that we talked about as well, that we may see, we may see some crazy things happening there too. So, all right, guys, let's see. See what people in the chat are saying. Shinsuke, Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, and Cesaro are my top 4, and Dark Horse is, that went up way too quick, Shrek. Oh God, of course. Good Lord. Now we're on a Shrek kick. We got off the Goldberg kick, and now we're on a Shrek kick. Okay. Kevin Heffer says, Dream Royal Rumble spot at number 13. Alexa's music plays. She walks halfway down the ramp, and she says, he's here. Fiend shows up behind Randy and throws him out. That would be pretty cool.
Here's how this is gonna happen. He's gonna
Alexa,
come up.
turn it off. Damn it! Damn it! Why do I have to buy that every time I say her name? Now
every
she comes
Monday.
up and plays music. Damn it!
Every Monday. So here's how I see this going down. It's gonna be no music, nothing like that. You'll see the lights start to flicker and go down like they normally would, and he's gonna come up from the middle of the ring, and he's gonna be on fire.
Ooh.
Pie in the sky, but that's okay.
Do we think? Well, let's answer that quick question because, of course, we got the big Bray thing that Jodie and Jeff have been talking about on Abby. So, everybody thinking he comes out with a new look?
Yep.
Jodie saying yes. Tazzy saying yes. Jeff, do you agree?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I think so.
New mask.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like a whole new getup. I think a whole new getup.
Yep.
We know that Vince can't resist the merch. And you know what I kind of noticed lately? I mean, with the exception of that one shirt, which was cool, and I bought it, not a whole lot of Fiend merch coming lately. So could there be a correlation between the fact that there's, I mean, yes, he's been gone, but that doesn't mean you have to kind of stop the merch. The merch train was rolling, man. You had Christmas stuff. You had school stuff. You had backpacks. You had, I mean, it was rolling. Now it came to a stop. There could be more than one reason for that. And if he's coming back with a new look, you're going to have a whole bunch of new merch that's going to be coming out. Lights go down, fire consumes the ring and traps all humans in the ring. Fire goes down. Fiend is there, new mask, new look, much creepier. Nobody knows what to do. And Randy and Fiend start going at it, says Sonny Wolf. And then Sonny runs and gets the title from Brock Lesnar and gives it to Fiend.
Quit.
Yes. Yes. Awesome. Yeah, I mean that's obviously that's a big thing going. Somebody asked us to pick, and we could do this, and then we'll close the show. Somebody asked us to pick Iron Man and Iron Woman. So longest people lasting in each one of the Rumbles. So yeah, we could do that real quick. Jeff, why don't you do that? Pick the person who you think's going to last the longest in the men's and in the women's.
Yeah, I put it in the chat, but Edge and Bianca Belair.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. C says, yay, time to remortgage my house to pay for the new Fiend merch. Especially since all of it'll get stuck in Sweden and you won't see it until next Christmas. All right, Jodie. Longest two people lasting in each Rumble, men's and women's.
I'm gonna go with Bianca Belair and Randy Orton, actually.
Ooh, okay. So that means you're thinking Fiend's gonna come pretty late in the game. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because for the exact reason that you said earlier, marketing.
Yeah.
People watching that match later and later and later, you have the Fiend come back.
That's very true. I mean, they, if people are going to walk away, if they're Brave fans and they're gonna turn their heads away, it would be after that whole thing was all said and done.
I just had a thought, actually. Do you remember when Alexa and Randy had this interaction? When they had that interaction a few weeks ago, they were kind of transported to another dimension. I think that's what may happen. I think the lights will go down. Randy will get transported to the ring that was in the Firefly Funhouse match that he had with Cena. They'll have an interaction. He'll get tossed out of the ring. It'll come back. The Rumble will go on as planned.
So you're almost saying it's going to be like a mini match within a match kind of thing where they can cut away from the. I mean, they can do it. You're taping, so again, it's not like you're in front of fans and you can't get away with anything like that. So
yeah, and then the lights will come back, and Randy will be standing outside the ring.
Okay. I mean, if there could be anything like that, it could certainly happen now without fans in the building. So Rusty says Iron Man Daniel Bryan, Iron Woman is Liv Morgan. Okay, Tazzy, who's your Iron Man and Iron Woman?
Well, Iron Woman, I agree with Jeff, is Bianca. And that would be a great story to tell for her actually to win the Royal Rumble, is for her to like compete for a long time. Yeah. And agree on as well the Edge, because it's Edge. I don't know how he gonna pull it off after not being in the ring for so long, but we'll see what happens.
I'm going Iron Man with AJ Styles. And Woman. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you guys. I think Bianca Belair will be the Iron Woman. I think she'll be in there the longest. So yeah, there you go. Elijah says Iron Man is Edge. My Iron Woman is Charlotte. Iron Woman Bianca, says Elijah as well. Yeah. It would make sense. Matt said my Iron Woman is going to be Charlotte. Okay, yeah, Charlotte Flair. I mean, don't sleep on Charlotte Flair. Absolutely, no question about that. It certainly could be. C says Final Four. Fiend number 30. Fiend sets the ring on fire and rises on a podium above the flames. Everyone jumps out of the ring to escape the flames. Fiend wins. Please don't botch your jump. Yeah, you wouldn't want to jump in a big thing, a ring of flames. You know what's ironic about that is I was reading a report and somebody was saying, like, what's the next thing that they could do after setting a man on fire? And someone came out and said, well, what if they just set the whole damn ring on fire? Well, you might not be too far from the truth.
Right.
And you know, if he comes out at number 30 and then the match kind of ends, well, burn the ring to the ground, man. Burn the thing to ashes. Why not? Oh my goodness.
Please read Sapphire's comment, Joe. Please.
Joe, I want Ali to win. I think Randy wins. Unexpected Mace wins. That would be completely unexpected if Mace wins. Yes. Very, very unexpected if he won. Butterspark saying, please let that be true.
Be surprised if we don't see LED screens around those ring posts or on the ring. There's going to be shenanigans on that ring.
Oh, yeah. James Chadwick says Iron Woman, Bianca, Iron Man, Cesaro. Rob Nud says, and I hope I'm saying that right, I don't want to botch your name. I'd want Cesaro to win, but I think Daniel Bryan wins the Rumble. Edge will win the Elimination Chamber, setting up Bryan versus Roman and Edge versus Drew at Mania. What do you guys think? Surprise is Damian Priest. I wouldn't doubt that Damian Priest might show up at some point somewhere, because they kept saying that he was supposed to show up on SmackDown and then got pulled. So I don't know. Tazzy would know more than I would about that as well, because you watch. Has Damian Priest been on NXT lately, Tazzy, or no?
No, I think they're literally holding them off. The same with Rhea Ripley, so they're more likely to be at the Rumble.
Yeah. I mean, it just wouldn't make sense. Elijah says Christian eliminated Edge, and then the Fiend comes out, and the lights go out, the pyro. And the new music. So you're saying he has new music as well. Comes out with Bo Dallas. Okay.
Eyes working.
Everybody's look at this. Everybody's thinking. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. That is our preview of the Royal Rumble for tomorrow. So the next steps for everybody now is to make sure you come on over and you watch the Royal Rumble with us tomorrow night. Again, like I said, 6:45 will be the time, 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come on and join us for the Royal Rumble, our very first Royal Rumble done by the insiders, done by all of us. So you will get to see us react to all of the crazy shenanigans and things that may happen during the course of this match. Again, Jeff will be here, Jodie will be here, Tazzy will be here to start you guys off at 6:45. And I will be along as soon as I get home through the snow with the reindeer and the sleigh and everything else. But I will be along as soon as I can. I hope I don't miss a big match. Last year I missed the women's rumble and I was not happy. So I hope they don't start off with a rumble. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but we'll see. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Really, really appreciate it. Thanks for all of the comments in the chat, all of the stuff going on out there. We enjoyed having your guys' comments right along with ours. We'll give some quick final thoughts from everybody, and we will get out of here for the night. So, Tazzy, final thoughts before we go and wait for the Rumble to come tomorrow.
All right, I'm probably gonna get beat up for this, but make sure you guys, this Rumble, make sure you don't let nobody tell you how to watch this Rumble. Make sure you enjoy this Rumble because this is the Royal Rumble. This is the start of WrestleMania season. So make sure you guys just have a clear mind when you watch it and just have fun. That's all I'm saying.
Yep, great shout. Great shout. Jodie, go ahead.
Excited for tomorrow.
Absolutely. Jeff, what say you?
This is probably my favorite pay-per-view of the year. Just because of all the unexpected things that can happen. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. Hopefully we get some really cool moments. I think we will. So yeah, that's it.
There you go, guys. All great comments. And again, yes, this is one of my favorites of the year as well. Always has been. Before I got to be able to do this with everybody here and all of you guys, we used to always have friends over. We used to watch the Rumble every single year and kind of mark out when you'd see those surprises come down that ramp. And when you get that countdown, you're always counting down with it, waiting to see who's going to be next. And this year we have some added things going on. So, yes, I'm excited as well. Can't wait to see it. Hopefully it's going to be a great show. Let's get over the Goldberg stuff if anything does happen and move on. It is what it is. We'll get over it. So, but yes. So make sure you join us tomorrow night, guys. Again, thank you all for coming. We had a great time tonight. Hope you all have a great rest of your night. Of course, stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow all at 6:45 p.m. for this year's Royal Rumble. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Good night, all.